Just follow your passion. Don't listen to the naysayers.
What have you noticed from a cultural perspective in terms of, the priorities and the values that cultures are raised on? Do you see any shift towards or maybe away from caring about environmental health?
Well, South Asian cultures, our cultures naturally, we are in synergy with the environment. Our places of worship, the temples, the mosques, the gurdwaras, in terms of the cleanliness, the surroundings, the plants, the waste recycling, without being labeled environmentally. So it's something that's in our culture, in the Vedic cultures specifically, that we believe the earth to be our mother, right? So that's ingrained in us. But in terms of when I'm seeing it at the level of people seeing it, looking at it as a career, there's been a small but gradual shift. So I am seeing more representation, and the demographics are changing, but not fast enough, not representing. So representing the societies that they're serving. There's got to, that's where the change will come. But it's definitely happening. There's more exposure. So by our very own, as I say, our cultural upbringing, we are environmentally without knowing it. But there definitely needs more of a push, and it could also stem from, I think, from the older generation still holding on to the ideas that to be successful, you need to be a doctor, a pharmacist, accountant, for example, not looking at the environment as a career. But I think that Asian bubble is beginning to break. You see in sports personalities, you see people like yourself doing podcasts, you're seeing lots of people are succeeding in outside of the norm, or the areas or the sectors that are deemed to be successful within, Asian music. There's so many different areas, the arts, that the Asians are now are breaking out and still being, successful in what they do, and breaking out the stereotypes. So I think this will also be reflected in the environmental sector, but it still takes time. It's lagging behind. In fact, it's the least diverse sector in the UK, sadly, still.
Wow.
And in fact, conservation, I think the last study, there are 0 professionals within conservation that are of a minority background. That's a subsector within the environmental sector.
And is that purely down to when we discussed that underrepresentation, or do you think there's something more?
I think so. It's a lack of awareness of the career path, but it's a lack of people seeing people that look like them doing that role already. So almost they'll be like pioneers, right? It's not seen as an Asian or as a minority job.
Yeah.
But someone's got to break the mold somewhere, right? But my message would be, young people, just follow your passion. Don't listen to the naysayers. Just follow your passion. And sometimes, like if that you want to do this, but you end up doing something similar, because as you go along, and then you may realize actually you're more passionate about this than that. But it's still, it will give you a guiding block of where you want to go and what you want to be, right? So the change is coming for sure,